Time to select your champions. Choose wisely.
You know what? Let's do the 6 healer one this time around. Not the best I could have gotten, but I could also try and swap them out. Maybe I'll swap out Ultron for Mantis. These comps can work as long as you are able to get the specific types of upgrades that you need. Alright, let's see. I prefer Mantis with this comp instead of Ultron, since the idea, if you're trying to go for a AoE damages, AoE healing does damage build, you don't really want Ultron. You want Mantis.
All targets impacted.
Like, yeah, does he bring extra damage to the comp? Sure, but not ideal. Do I want to get that now? Because he's probably not going to be ulting early on, so it's probably a waste. I do like that one, though. Perfect. Luna Snow is also good as well. So is Loki, if I'll be honest. In fact, I'd probably want to swap out Rocket for Luna. Yeah, let's do that. No upgrades worth getting here anyway.
Looks like we're ready to go to battle.
All targets impacted. All units regenerating.
So yes, this is going to be a comp that in the early rounds you are more than likely going to get rolled. That's just how it's going to be. That is just how it's going to be. This comp doesn't really have the potential to actually get going until the later rounds when you're able to get certain upgrades. That's just how it is. I'm debating something. I mean, I think I won with Loki instead of Luna. The one time I won with 6 strategists. But honestly, that's not a big deal, really. Alright, so like I did with the 6 DPS, I'm just trying to get to 10 as fast as I can. Should I be saving more, utilizing the economy better? Yeah, sure.
All units regenerating.
Well, now hold on a second.
Maximum pulse!
Nope, 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 there it is. Already getting his ult. Well, they had a chance, and then Iron Man ulted. And that was that. That was the end of the story. That's just how it's gonna be sometimes. 1 away. Again, I feel like the one time I won with 6 healers was extremely lucky because I was able to get the right upgrades. Not to mention Jeff was able to get me some free upgrades, including one that was like epic, and I could not believe he actually got me that. But it's not until you get certain upgrades that your 6 healer comp can actually have the potential to actually have a chance at winning. Otherwise, most of the time, oh man, Emma just straight up kicked Jeff into the enemy team. That was mean. But it's Emma Frost, so you know why shouldn't I be surprised? She is also not dying, but then again, she's getting pocketed heavy by her Jeff.
Maximum pulse!
And of course, this is why Iron Man is meta in this mode. He just oh man, nope. My Mantis was ulting, but nope, not enough to keep my Adam Warlock alive to get the res off. So even though I'm losing, I am getting a currency because I'm on a losing streak. So I am getting some currency here, so. Oh, if I can get those deadly healing upgrades, oh, that's when things are going to really come into play. It really worked well with Loki instead of Luna because of his lamps. His lamps early on was really good for that. Luna's going to be good for that when she ults, because she can actually kill enemy teams with her ult in the later rounds if you can make it there. And get those upgrades. So she's not just healing her team, she's also damaging the enemy team. But the same thing would be the case as well with Cloak's ult, with Mantis' ult, with Invisible Woman's ult. This is just how it's going to be early on. You're going to lose a lot, going on a losing streak, but you are going to get currency and hopefully be able to get those upgrades you need early on to really try and get your build going. The goal right now, honestly, with the 6 healer comp in this is just to survive long enough to get upgrades you need to get your composition going. That's really what it comes down to. Getting to the higher tier upgrades as fast as you can so that you can up your chances of some of these other upgrades to actually show up and get them to really help turn your comp around. Again, I won this when I had 2 health left. I had 2 health left, and then all of a sudden I went on a winning streak and won, because then my team couldn't die. They were doing so much healing, but also a lot of damage from all that healing they were doing.
Healing allied combatants.
Look at this. And yeah, you're going to right now struggle early on when it comes to damage, because they can't kill this one thing because it's getting pocketed by all 4 of them. And my team, the targeting priority is hysterical because they don't know how to target the ones in the back over there.
Co-op time!
Friends, gather around!
It's the grand finale!
Shields up!
This is so funny! They can't kill this one bot! Because it's getting pocketed by the other 4! And now they're just like, okay.
Second chance is over.
Oh, the extra water columns. That can be good for both healing and damage for Jeff. Let's do it. I want to grab that as well. So we'll lock that. I'm going to move Jeff over here. One of the reasons I like to have Adam in the middle of the group is because very early in the round, like when it starts, he will cast his, I forget what it's called, his bond, his shift ability. Watch him. So right away he casts it, right when the round starts.
All units regenerating.
Again, the AI just has this tendency to cast what's available when it's available, as opposed to when they should or need to. 20. So now we have a 8% chance for the... I just like to call these epics and these legendaries, because once we get to the higher up like levels, that's when the chances of those upgrades actually showing up happen. So there's a part of me that does want to swap out Luna for Loki, but I don't want to because of the one time I saw somebody utilize this strategy with Luna, and I thought, oh man, that's so good. But again, it's all going to depend on when I'm actually able to get those upgrades. I may not. This may be an entirely... this may be a game where just nothing goes our way. Oh. Okay, well, Iron Man ulted my team, but Jeff did ult as well.
Rise, my friends!
And so now we get some other ults off. So both Invisible Woman and Luna are back. But now his Jeff ulted my team.
Second chance is over.
It's the grand finale.
He just ulted my entire team. Oh, man. Oh, you gotta love Iron Man in this. Just maximum pulse! It just blows up the entire enemy team. Oh my goodness. But at least we're now starting to get a couple more better upgrades now. Bonus health at the round start. They do more healing for the first 10 seconds of the round. Again, that's not what I need. What I need is the upgrade called Deadly Healing, where AoE healing does damage. That's where this comp is really going to help. Also, there's another one that helps as well, where when they do extra healing, it transfers into bonus health, so they can get massive health bars.
Allied combatants.
It's okay. It's okay. Again, this is not about winning every game. This is about surviving long enough to try and get the comp you have going with what it needs to get going. Here we go. Deadly Healing. AoE healing abilities can inflict damage on enemies within range. We can also reduce their healing amount. There we go. Reduce their damage output. Okay. So we're at 32 of 40. We're getting closer to that level 40 upgrade, where then they're going to be doing an extra 24% healing. But now their AoE healing is going to be doing some damage, which hopefully will help them be able to just put out a bit more when it comes to trying to win these fights.
Looks like we're ready.
It's 10% early on, but you can get up to like 40%.
Damage delivered. Healing allied
Unfortunately, my Luna Snow died early. Their Venom will not die. Get him, Jeff! Oh, this is now where I wish I had the Looting Leviathan upgrade, because now he's getting his ults. Also, look how much more damage their Venom is taking inside Cloak and Dagger's ult.
Rise, my friends!
Yeah, they rezzed, and then they got swallowed by Jeff. Oh my goodness.
Second chance is over.
And then they got ulted by Iron Man. This is such a mean comp. Adam, Jeff, and Iron Man. It's so mean. Ugh. My goodness. Lock it so I can grab that after this practice protocol round. And then we'll see what other upgrades we can get that can really help. Hopefully we can get the Looting Leviathan, because now Jeff is starting to ult more often. Which means I'll hopefully get some more upgrades either in this category into something else, in which case I can then use that to sell it. But that's the important thing, is that now Jeff is actually starting to get his ult going, which means I can grab that upgrade and actually get value from it. This is why I don't usually grab it early on, because you're not going to get value in the early rounds, but you will get value in the later rounds, because he will start to ult a lot.
All units regenerating.
But as you can see, the 3 spouts of water from Jeff, there it is, looting Leviathan. And then let's get Floral Flourish. I like the extra boost that she gives. So now, hopefully, things are going to start to turn around here. I'm hoping. Meanwhile, this guy over here, Ultron Squared, is just dominating on a winning streak. But we'll see how that goes. How much longer. What is he running? Let's see. So he's got 3 tanks, 2 healers. No, I'm sorry. He's got 2 tanks, 2. He's got a balance 2-2-2. Okay, that's interesting. He's trying the Iron Man Ultron comp, which I don't know if you guys noticed when we did the bounce comp video, but Ultron never uses his team up ability with Iron Man, and it's just something I noticed that I thought, okay, this tells me that some team-ups they will use and work, but some they won't. Like Jeff, he will use the team-up that he has with Venom to do the healing with his team, but Ultron doesn't use his. It's a weird way that they've programmed this.
All targets impacted.
This is gotta be awkward for Wolverine. He's not really sure who to attack.
Gather around! Yummy, yummy!
Come on, Jeff.
Rise, my friends!
Okay, got an attack speed enhancement that I can sell because it's for equilibrium.
It's the grand finale!
Second chance is over.
Extermination!
Your powers are mine!
Shields up! Gather around!
Alright, look at that. See? My team's ults are now killing the enemy team. Because of that deadly healing upgrade, Dagger's ult, Invisible Woman's ult, their ults are now doing damage and getting kills. Alright, so thank you for the extra currency, Jeff. Here we go. And so now we are at 42, so now we have the extra 24% healing output. The other thing I really would like to get in terms of these upgrades, there's one that I've already mentioned it. The healing they do, which is like if they're already at full health, it then just turns into bonus health. So when they're healing each other, it just turns into massive amounts of bonus health. I really want to see that upgrade at some point here. And now that we've gotten to 40, I think the chances go up. Yeah, so now this is 12%, this is 2%.
Looks like we're ready.
Fingers crossed, folks. And even more so that Jeff, now that he's ulting more often, will get me those upgrades for free.
Successful strike! All units regenerating.
Maximum pulse!
Of course, Iron Man.
Born again!
Friends, gather around!
Extermination!
Rise, my friends!
Ah! Oh, Invisible Woman ult!
Maximum
Second chance.
Friends, gather around!
I think my team is doing it! Against the guy who was at the top of the lobby the whole time. Forget about magic. Get Adam. He's over there. No, he's gonna res them. No. Oh my gosh. I had that one until Adam res. This is the part of the problem of the targeting priority. If you were in control, you could tell them, go kill the Adam before he gets his ult off. Alright, so here it is, the overflow recharge. That's what I was wanting. But if they just simply targeted Adam where you could tell them to target Adam, then he wouldn't have gotten that ult off. And that's why I lost that match, that round right there, because they didn't target Adam. Urgh. Ugh. It's okay. This build is and this comp is starting to come together as long as I can get the upgrades to further strengthen them. They're just not strong enough yet. Because if I can get the upgrades to those other things, watch out.
Looks like we're ready to go to battle.
A successful strike. All units regenerating.
Friends, gather around!
Maximum
This is real firepower!
Oh, darn you, Iron Man! This is why people are running Iron Man. It doesn't matter what you're running, because if they have a character that can just ult and delete the entire team, well, that's that. Alright, I have an upgrade I can sell. Let's sell that. That's what I need. There we go. Alright, now I've got that extra deadly healing upgrade there. 20% now. Ugh. If I can upgrade Overflow Recharge and get the last upgrade for Deadly Healing, this is where that kind of 6 strategist comp can really come alive. Alright, so after this round, I'll have another Practice Protocol, which will mean 2 more upgrades. And hopefully at that point, that's when we can really start to have our comp come alive here. Because yeah, even though we've been at the bottom most of this time, again, this is a comp that can come alive in the late game if you're able to acquire the right upgrades, and there's a Moon Knight, never mind. Because Moon Knight just has everything bounce off and kills my entire team. Oh my goodness. You really do have to get, like, everything to go in your favor if you're going to try and pull off this kind of victory here. I've done it once. I showed it in my little history that I had the victory recorded. And this is basically how it went. I got down at 2 health, I was able to get the right upgrades, and then it kind of came alive. It's possible that having Loki would be better, because then maybe he'd copy an Iron Man and ult their team. Because that's what's happening right now. My comps are losing. My team here is losing because we keep getting blown up by an Iron Man. There's the deadly healing upgrade. Alright, reduce their damage output. I'm considering repositioning them. Maybe bunch them up a little bit more, as opposed to having them in a line like this.
Like we're ready to go to battle.
I would just have to figure out who's going to be,
All units
like, a bit
regenerating.
more up front.
Co-op time!
Huh! Even swallowing them gets me an upgrade. That's funny.
You got them all!
Alright. Let's get that one, and then let's do this one. we go. I'll lock that for the next round. If I survive this, this could be my last round. This very much could be my last round. Let's try this. Having them all bunched up together. It could be a horrible idea because of the Iron Mans I've been facing. But I'm really trying to take advantage of the AoE healing. And hoping that their ults are really going to start to make a difference here, but we'll see. Oh, man. This is very horrible to look at.
Looks like we're ready to go to battle.
All targets infect.
Friends,
Maximum
gather around!
pulse!
Ult, Adam, ult!
Rise, my friends! This is real
Shield time!
power! Second chance is over.
It's the grand finale! Friends,
Hell unleashed!
Maximum pulse!
This is real.
Oh my goodness. Well, if it wasn't for an Iron Man and a Hela,
We can always try again.
throughout this entire game, I think this comp could have had a shot. But you see the potential there with the overflowing. Did you see how much bonus health Luna had at that point when she ulted because of all the healing? Like, it's there. The potential to pull this off is there. You just have to have everything line up correctly. So, anyways. When we come back, we'll be doing a video on a 6-tank composition. Stay tuned.